All right, guys, let's go. Next, we will be talking about Quuppa System Simulator. And so what is it? This is probably a picture you have seen before. So this is just an overview of the Quuppa Intelligent Locating System and all the different major components that we have there. So you have your tags that you're tracking, you have your locators that are connected to our positioning engine that is providing the API to do the customer applications and system monitoring and so forth. But of course, when you start to plan a site, you're using our site planner to do that. But before you actually want to go on site and before you start putting down infrastructure, putting up infrastructure, installing locators, distributing, commissioning tags, you want to make sure that whatever you have planned is actually feasible. That you have a high confidence that the plan and the project will work as it's intended to be working. And for that purpose, we have built the Quuppa System Simulator. And what it does is that it replaces all the hardware. It replaces the tags, the locators, meaning that you don't have to install any hardware in order to start simulating and creating data to your positioning engine. And from the positioning engine perspective, what the simulator does is that the QP is getting data that looks to be coming from locator, even though it's being simulated with the Quuppa site planner. And so why you should be really using the simulator and what it can do for you? Well, obviously, you want to make sure that you check and optimize the performance of the project before you actually, start installing anything. So with the system simulator, you can test the effect of having different locator types. You can have the indoor Q17 indoor locator. Some areas you can try with the LD7L. You can try with mixed deployments. You can play with the different density of the locators in different areas where you need to do tracking. You can try with the different number of locators, different constellation of the locators. You can optimize and simulate with different tag transmit power, different locator sensitivities, or different kind of configurations that are needed in order to create an optimal project. In a way to create it, try to create it optimally, and then simulate and check whatever you have planned should be actually working in a real environment. So that's what at least you want to do basically for every project that you're creating. Simulate and validate that whatever you have planned actually have a chance of working. It is also a very useful tool to test your server capacity. So with the system simulator, it will generate the load to your actual server. And if you already have a server intended for a specific project, you can actually validate, you can run the project against the server just by simulating the data. And you can make sure that whatever is the traffic, the total amount of traffic that the project is generating, that your server hardware can actually handle that. And of course, even the simulator itself, it will already give you suggestions on the hardware required, which obviously helps you to choose the applicable server hardware specs. But then when you actually have the server, then it's again very useful to actually run against it. Again, just validating that what you have purchased and what we simulated will actually be able to handle the load. And then lastly, for the software developers, you can really build, you can develop and test your application without having any infrastructure. It's just running the simulator and the QP on your laptop or in your computer while you're doing development, and you can generate data for the APIs, and you can use the QP APIs as if you're running a real project. And you can do kind of real-time deployment and testing of your applications. So those are just a few of the key points why really you should be using the simulator basically for every project that you're creating. And next, I will actually show you how it works in real life. Really trying to keep it simple and quick just to give you an overview how easy it actually to use the simulator to start simulating and seeing the effects. What I've already done here is that I have a project deployment, a project plan for the Quuppa office. So this is the site planner, Quuppa site planner, and what I have already here is our Quuppa office deployment. So I've already done all the basic work. I have imported the background image. I have my locators in place. I have my smart zones and what else is required for a proper plan. The next thing when I want to start simulating is very, very simple. So I just create what we call simulator path. And this is just, let me change the color so you can see it a bit better. We just create a path along which the tags will be moving. And obviously you just want to create something that is realistic for your environment. And for example, I can just have a tag or persons moving along this path, going into a meeting room, then along the corridor, just around the office, walking the corridor like this one. And just to keep it tight and simple for this demonstration. Then I have my path done. What I need to do next is to set a few parameters. I can define how many tags I want to simulate going along this path. Just to keep it simple, again, I just put 10 tags there, and I can also tell what's the tag height. Now I'm assuming that we are tracking people and we're carrying the tag on a lanyard, for example. So this could be something like 1.3 meters on average. Tag velocity. So what's the typical velocity that the tag is moving? And in an office space, we are typically walking. So something like 1 meter per second is quite realistic that I'm using here. I can play around with the transmit rate and power, but for example, tracking people in an office environment using 4 Hz transmit rate and 0 dBm transmit power, that is really typical and recommended. So I just keep it as it is here. Of course, this is a simple environment. If I have a bigger environment, let's say a factory or a warehouse, I can create multiple simulator paths. For example, I have already created another one here, a small one with 4 tags. And this time I have them, I'm creating tags, basically persons just sitting on their desks. So tag height could be something like 0.7 meters, and the tag velocity is 0, so they're not moving. And I have 4 tags there, and now that the tags are not moving, I can use a lower transmit rate. Basically, I can simulate, I can create as many paths as I want. Really depends on your use case and what is meaningful, what is realistic in your environment. Of course, you need to know that what's the intended number of tags that you will be having in the environment, and how many of them are moving and how many of them are typically static, so you can create a realistic simulation. But basically, that's all I need to do on the site planner side. Now I'm ready to simulate. Let's just go to my simulator tab. This time I'm running the QP on my own laptop, so I just keep the target IP address as it is here, and I start the simulator. And now we're starting to generate data. It takes a few seconds to transfer all the data from the site planner to the QPE, and then we start simulating. So when you see the status is simulating, we're creating data. And already now I can see that with this kind of setting, I'm creating roughly 400 to 500 packets per second. And that gives already the indication of the total load that the system is creating and that your server needs to be able to handle. And then we quickly look on the QP side what I have done here. This is my QP web console, the main view, graphical user interface to the positioning engine itself. I'm running it in simulator mode. And basically, if I go to map view, this is now my simulated data. I can visually analyze and make sure that whatever we're tracking, the performance should be good. I have my 4 static tags there, and the tags are nicely following the path that I was planning and defining in the site planner. And then now everything I plan the project so that to be realistic and with the settings that I know that should be good, and I can verify that everything looks good. But if I would have made some mistakes, or I don't have a good coverage, or the tag settings are non-optimal or even bad, I would see jumping. I could see tags jumping or getting jammed, or typically or some other kind of positioning errors in the data. But for now, everything looks good to me. What else I can do? I talked about the APIs and using those for development. All the APIs work as if I would be getting real data from the positioning engine. This is just you can see that these are the APIs and the data is coming in, and basically as a developer, I could just start making requests to the positioning engine and receiving data that can I use for development. And that's it. That's how easy it is to set up and use, but it can be really, really powerful to verify and validate your project before you start doing anything else. That's it.